Here we go. Ready for some cooking? Good morning. I'm up early. It's like 10 minutes after 5 in the morning. I'm smoking this brisket today. So I'm up early. I didn't want to get up early, but these things take a while, and I don't know how long it's going to take. But if I want to eat it today, I gotta start early. So anyway, here's the big... You know, I was watching a video on how to trim it. I've already trimmed it. But I don't think this is the whole brisket. Because in the video, it was this long thing. I think this is the point. But I think it's got a little bit of a flat part under it. But it doesn't have that whole flat part that they normally have. So I took this out and trimmed it yesterday, or no, the day before, because it wasn't quite thawed. It took a long time. So I made this little mix. This is just salt and pepper mixed together. I'm going to put this on there. And then while this is sitting here getting up to room temperature, because I just got it out not too long ago, I'm going to run down and start that smoker. I got enough here. I'm actually not going to do a whole heavy coating. Oh, I just got this hand dirty. Which doesn't help because now it's wet. Now, I'll just sprinkle it all over. And I hope I trimmed it right. Because it's not the same shape, I couldn't tell if I was in the right spots, but he left more fat on one side than the other, so that's what I did. I had to add a little bit more. So we got it done. Can you see it? It's just got a light coating all the way around. And it's, in the salt I used a little bit of the straight Redmond's sea salt, but I also used some of the smoked salt, so mostly the hickory, just a little bit of cherry thrown in there too, just for variety. So I'm gonna pause this thing, I'm gonna run down, start that smoker, and I'll be back.
Alright, the coals look like they're hot. So here we go. Definitely hot. Red hot. Somehow I gotta get this post oak in there too. we go. All right, we got the lid on. We'll put the little probe in the side. This is just to keep track of the internal temperature. There we go. Sure, there's a lot of smoke coming out the edges. It's not very tight, airtight, I mean. All right, it's time to put the meat on. Yuck. So we'll see how that goes. This may take like 12 hours or so. Hopefully not that long. But I'll be back maybe 6 or so. We're supposed to squirt it with some liquid, so yes, I'll be back. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, I did stick the meter probe in there, so it's in the meat. So I've got the probe in the side of the smoker to check the internal temperature of the smoker, and then the probe in the meat. Oh, there's my fitness area. Okay, this thing has kind of stalled out, so I'm gonna try to I'm gonna wrap it and put it back in for a little bit. Of course, the wind is kicking up right when I got to deal with paper and foil. So hopefully I can get it off of here onto here before everything blows away. It's looking good though. Can you see that? Like a nice little package. And we're going to stick it back on here. For a little bit. And see what happens. Okay. It's been 12 and a half hours maybe. It just got up to temperature. Now I got to wait another hour before I can even unwrap it. I had to wrap it at the end to sort of speed it up a little because it was like ridiculous. But I left it in the smoker all the way up to, well, I got it up to 160, then I wrapped it. And then, I can't remember exactly when I took it out, but I finished it off in the oven, so. Yeah, 1 more hour. So this is just going to be a tasting. I'm not going to make a meal out of this because it's going to be so late. I'm just gonna eat a couple pieces of meat. And then maybe tomorrow I'll make a meal out of it. So I'll be back in an hour. I'm hungry, by the way. All right, finally, I just pulled it out. I had it in the warm oven, resting for an hour. In the instructional video I watched, actually said to let it rest for 2 hours, but I can't wait another hour. It's been, what is it, 7:45 now, and I stuck it in the smoker around probably 6:25, 6:30 at the latest. So that's a long time. So anyway, I'm gonna stick it up here. I hope you can see it okay. And we're gonna see how it looks. Pull this thing out. And I initially was gonna wrap it in foil, but my foil is kind of cheap. I couldn't get a nice big, and it wasn't that wide, so I couldn't get a good wrap on it. So I put foil underneath and then wrapped it over top with the paper. And wow. Oh, wow. There's so much juice in this foil right here. Oh, I don't want to lose that juice. Let me see if I can get it out without messing up the foil. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be hard to pick up. Wow, look at that. And I think this is the part they referred to as the burnt ends, that little thing sticking up. But I'm not even sure which direction this is supposed to go now. I think it goes... The flat part, I think, goes this way, and this is supposed to go this way. So that's the way I'm going to do it. I got to show you this juice real quick, because look at the juice inside there. That's a lot of juice. So I'm gonna cut a little bit off of this to taste it, because it's too late to eat a full meal. And then I'm gonna put this in something and put that juice in there with it. So, let's see. Let's turn it this way so you can watch me slice it. I'm gonna slice this end piece. God, it's like squirting. Wow, look at that. That is like... so moist. Can you see that? It's kind of reflecting the light up there. Let me get the adjustment. But we're just going to do a little demo right here. We're going to grab, oh, there's my knife, and a fork. I'm just dying to try this. I'd pick it up in my hands, but I hate doing that. Just to show you. It's like pull apart tender. Definitely worth the wait. Wow. I'm gonna eat a couple more pieces of this. And then tomorrow I'll make a meal with this. so you'll get to see it on a plate. Because this is going to be a couple pieces of meat on a plate tonight. I did eat a couple. I hard-boiled a couple duck eggs earlier just so I wouldn't starve. But that little burnt end piece looks good too. Maybe I'll include that in my meal tomorrow. All right, just another quick shot so you can see the smoke ring on there. This is part 2 of the brisket video. And I just pulled it out. As you can see, the grease is it's been refrigerated. So I got to pull it out of this thing, and we're going to slice off some pieces, and we're going to put it in the sous vide, which you can hear running in the background. I repositioned it. I used to put it over there, but there's a leak in the bottom or something, so I've got it over the sink. So let me see if I can pull this out of here. Ooh, it's stuck. There's a lot of grease attached to this, which is good because I can use it to keep it juicy when I'm reheating. Now, it was suctioned onto the thing. I would take this thing off too. The old Oro ring. I'm all confused today. And I'm using this plastic cutter instead of the wood. I used the wood last night, but I don't want to have to wash it again. So we're going to slice off some nice pieces. Look at the marbling in that. That's why it's so juicy. Once again, I'm getting started slightly late. I had a exterminator appointment. They wanted to do a home inspection. Of course, you know, they say between noon and 2, so I thought, okay, well, I guess I'll hold out till 2. 2 o'clock comes, they still weren't here. 2:30 comes, I'm like, I'm giving up. As soon as I get all this stuff out to start doing the video, the doorbell rings. So anyway, now I'm getting started. It's 3:30, so let me grab a spoon. Check this out. Can you see the wigglies? That's the juice. And we got the silicone bag for the sous vide. Where's that? Let me pull this fork out. Oh, and look at that. I don't know if that's considered a burnt end, maybe. This and stick it in there too, because I know those 2 pieces aren't going to be enough. God, it's a dense piece of meat. It's hard to cut through. There we go. When I got done last night, I was testing it. I held out. It was like 13 hours, and I held out. So I'm slicing off and tasting it. Man, it was so good. I just kept slicing, and I'm just standing here. I never really got to sit down and eat yesterday, a proper meal. So I'm just standing here slicing and just eating it, and it's like, oh, that was so good. And I slice off another piece. So as you can see, this is all that's left of the whole brisket. Well, and those 2 pieces in the bag. Oh wow, that is so good. Oh. So I'm just gonna cut these up and throw them in there too. All right, and this is all gonna go in the sous vide. After I get the meat in there, I'm gonna put a little bit of the juice to follow, so it has something to sort of sit in. Is that gonna be enough for me? What do you think? I don't know. I am gonna make some, of course, my usual eggs to go with it. Let's cut the end of this off too. So the whole purpose of this exterminator guy coming was to check for termites and all that junk, but he wanted to put me on this plan where they put these things in the yard to kill the termites before they get to the foundation. So he writes me up a whole estimate. I'm like, oh, I'm not really working at the moment. I don't know. So I've got the estimate. I got to think about it. I mean, it's something I probably would think about, or not think about as long if I were still working. But I don't know what's going to happen here, so I'm a little leery of a big expense right now. And it's a little pricey. All right, this might be enough juice. Let me see. So I gotta save enough juice for that thing. All right, I think we're set. We're gonna stick it in the sous vide. Here. And I'm gonna let that go for about an hour. And we will be back. And right before then, I'll start the rest of my cook thing, and that'll be it. Okay, the stuff's warmed up in there. The timer went off. So I'm gonna, I've got the bacon is just about there. So I'm gonna dump my duck egg in. Here, let's come over here so you can watch the egg. And we will. Oh. I'm almost out of salt. Check that out. I thought I had a big bag of refill bag. And I realized I already used it all, so I had to order some. Hopefully I won't need it. But I have all my other red ones, real salt. The fine version. And my big chunks of rocks. While we're waiting, I'll show you my rocks. I don't know if I've showed you these yet. They're salt crystals. Let's see if I can get it open. There's some bigger ones. This is the one I've been working on though. They're just big chunks of salt. Mmm. They're good for snacking. Sucking. All right, where's that spoon? Do a little bit of basting. Bacon grease basting. I'm also down to my last duck egg. But I texted my duck egg lady and she's got some more, so I'm gonna go by there tomorrow and pick them up. Eggs and butter. All right, I'm gonna grab a plate. And I'm gonna take you back over because we're gonna do some placement. Can you see me from there? Hopefully. Anytime you see me just blankly staring at this, I'm making sure it's still running because I've had so many times where I thought it was running and it wasn't. And I'm talking to a blank phone. All right, let me bring the plate back over here. Step. I think this egg is done. I'm gonna take it off the heat. Grab this first. Yeah, see, it's ready to go. See all the juice in the bottom? I didn't know how much, it didn't look like that much juice when it was solidified. And now that it's melted, I don't know if I need all this juice. Let's go with this. That way I can just pour the juice on. All right, you get to see this. Can you see this all right? Here's those chunks. They're juicy now. So pull those chunks out. Hopefully I can get them out without messing them up. Oh yeah. Wow, there's still more in there. I didn't realize I had that many. Hang on, let me try to get these out of here. You know what? Let's use the long ones. I was worried I didn't have enough, but I think I got a lot. All right, let me get the egg. If I can fit it on here now. It's only trouble with these little plates. Trying to squeeze everything in within the edges. Oh, perfect. Ooh, that's greasy. See if I can make this right. There we go. All right, we got it. Oh, and the juice. Can't forget the juice. Ooh. Pour that juice over that. I'm just gonna pour it all on there. Here we go. This is the topper. So can you see it? I don't want to dump my juice. This is brisket, smoked brisket. And then we got the usual duck egg with the bacon. How about that? Voila. Okay, I realized you saw me chomping down last night when it was still fresh, but I was going to show you the reheated version. How tender it is. This is just as good as it was last night. Not quite as hot though. Probably could have left it in there a little bit longer. I mean, it's warm. It's definitely not up to 160. Look at that. Smoke ring. Delicious. All right.